All right. Good afternoon. This is Ross World. This is Financial Literacy 101. I'm your host, Ross World. Better yet, I keep doing that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about today what do I think is more profitable, investing in Amazon or investing into Google, okay? Investing in Amazon or investing into Google. And with that said, we have to do a little bit of research, okay? We're doing a little bit of research on Amazon and Google. So we're going to do a deeper dive because Amazon and Google are huge corporations. They're conglomerates. They they acquisitions a lot of other companies and assume their technology. Okay, they just, it's kind of like a one of the ghosts on back in the day, Ghostbusters. One of those ghosts that just eat everything. That's Amazon and Google. They eat everybody else up. Okay. Quite frankly. So without further ado, we're gonna do a deep dive into Amazon first, okay? We're gonna do a deep dive into Amazon. There we go. Okay. So right now, Amazon is $2,159 per share. That means if you went out and you bought one share, one stock of Amazon, it will cost you $2,100. Okay, $2,100 and 40 cents, basically. So what are we looking at again? We use Amazon in our comparison against Tesla and Apple. And the one thing that we always want to pay attention to is the EPS. That lets you know if a company is profitable or not, or they are in debt. As we looked at last, was it 2 days ago, we saw that Tesla was in debt, okay? We saw that Tesla was in debt, and whereas though Apple was not. Apple was $12.66, if I can remember correctly. So we have to be very cognizant of the EPS. And we're gonna do a deep dive into Amazon as well as Google, and we're gonna figure out what is the best thing for us. Now, granted, a lot of you got your tax returns. A lot of you have a stagnant cash that you're not doing anything with it, right? That's why it's stagnant. You have thousands of dollars and you're like, oh, I got all this money in savings, but you're not doing anything with your money in savings. If anybody would ever tell you, they would tell you what I know to be true. Saving money don't make money, okay? Saving money is for your emergency fund, is not to make you any money. So the first thing I'm looking at right here is that EPS. I see that Amazon is a very profitable company. Let me look at their 52-week range. Now, this is basic research. This is not in-depth, okay? This is not in-depth research. So they started off the year in the last 52 weeks at $1,586. Now they're roughly, they went up to $2,185, but now they're at $2,159. That means they dropped some. But they're teetering. But nonetheless, they're growing, and Amazon still have a lot to grow. A lot of stock professionals, a lot of people in the stock market are believing that Amazon will hit $3,000. So let's go here and we'll do 3 years out. We'll do 3 years out. So let's look at the chart. Let's bring this up a little bit. And as you can tell, this is July 27th. I'm sorry. This is April 2017. And as you can tell, they were teetering on $900. What if you would have bought Amazon 3 years ago? What if you would have bought Amazon 3 years ago? You would have more than doubled your money, because now they're $2,159. Back then they were $894. So as we're checking in January 18, they was worth $1,305. Again, if you would have bought a share of Amazon, you would have made more than $1,000. So we see the benefits of investing early and staying in the stock market versus getting out. As I told people before, I bought Tesla when they were $200 per share. I sold those shares when it hit $330 because I thought Tesla topped out, and I was absolutely wrong because Tesla this year already hit $900. Now, they dropped some, but we understand that Tesla is a very volatile stock. Believe it or not, Amazon is really not that volatile. They're really, really stable. Okay, now here, This is September 2018. They went up to 1900. All right. And we're just going to skim through here. Here we are, July 2019. They still worth $1,964. Teetering, boom. They're worth $1,800 that same year, 2019, December. Then here we are today at $2,159. You see, investing, even though that it may dip, it always goes back up for most companies. Not all companies, for most companies. And that's what we need to really understand, ladies and gentlemen. We're investing for the long term. So we looked at the EPS. We looked at the trend. This company has been rising. Let's see if they got 5 years. We'll do all. So this gives you a better graphic representation, right? So if we go all the way back from they first became public in 1997, look how much Amazon was worth, ladies and gentlemen. Can anybody tell me what that number is? That number is $1.60. Amazon, $1.60. And you're looking at the price now, 21. This is if you started investing in 1997, okay? Now, some of us probably weren't old enough to invest, and some of us was, but let's bring it up just a little bit. Let's go, how about 2005? 2005, Amazon was worth $34, okay, 33.95, so $34. What if you would have took $2,000 or $3,000 and you would have bought all the shares of Amazon because you believed in what they were doing was going to turn out to be profitable? This is how people become millionaires, ladies and gentlemen. They take a stock that they see, they have this premonition, they have this prediction in their minds that this company is going to do well because they have a good platform, they have a good base. This is $33, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone could afford this. And through the years, it kept rising. Look where it was, $82. Then they dropped $52 here, see? But they kept rising, $100, $200, $300, $400, on and on and on and on and on, all the way up until we are today at $2,159. We're gonna take one more look, and we're gonna go into the financials. All right, sales revenue, everything is profitable. The 5-year trend, $280 billion. Okay. What else do we look at? Income tax, you know, they ain't paying that much. We need to look at that. Net income at the extraordinaries, $11.59 billion. The EPS basic it's not in red. Now with this particular chart with Market Watch, just like if you would look up Tesla and you look into the financial, this number right here would be in red because they are a company who is operating in debt. Okay, they're taking the money from the investors and they're operating in debt, but the appreciation of their shares are still rising, but they are a company that's operating in debt. Whereas the Amazon, they have a lot of profitabilities. Now, this is how Amazon gets away from paying certain taxes, unusual expenses. You have all these income. Look at this: income tax deferred domestic, income tax deferred foreign, income tax credits. Now we don't have none of those, but all of these, they know how to structure their business around not paying taxes. Okay, so we looked at Amazon. Let's briefly look at Google here and see what they have to offer. So right now, Google is worth $1,500 and their EPS is $49.18. So automatic, this tells me that this company is more profitable than Amazon. But even though Amazon every year raises 36%, but EPS is earnings per share, which tells me what they can pay each shareholder every quarter for each stock or share that they have. So this is astronomical amount of money, ladies and gentlemen. And if you can tell, the 52-week range, they raised $500 within the last year. If we look at Amazon, we do the math here, that's 2,000, so about $600, okay? So not a big difference. And their market cap is $1.06 trillion. Whereas though Google's $1 trillion, okay? but they roughly $100 in between, right? $500, $600 with Amazon. But look at the EPS. I love EPS because it tells me how profitable that company really is. All right, let's go to the 3-year. Now through the year, so if you would invest it back in July 2017, you would have paid $939 for your share. Now, but through the years, Google is slowly trickling up. But the key with this, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's trickling up. It's trickling up. That means that when they make money, you make money. The appreciation of that share. Now, let's go to all. Now, we're going to come back here when they first started back in 2014. And I told you, I bought Google at $500 a share. So they opened up in 2014. Let's look. Right here is probably where I bought it. Yeah. 2014, 2015 time frame where it was $500. Okay, because I didn't buy it when it first opened. But look how it was teetering back and forth between 500 and 400. Okay. And 600 all the way up. You see this? You don't really need to do what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen. As long as you see this hill, this plateau, this incline, that means that this company is profitable and you have the EPS to back it up. Okay. All right, let's go to the financials of this one. A little bit of quick research. All right, sales and revenue, $161 billion. Gross income, basically $90 billion. Look at this, equity and affiliates, pre-tax. If you notice, all the big corporations are red here because they figure out how not to pay a lot of taxes. There's a lot of loopholes for large corporations because they employ a lot of people. Like take for Amazon. Amazon employs over 600,000 people globally. So if Amazon goes out of business, it's almost going to be 1 million some people out of work. That's going to hit the market hard, okay? Income tax deferred foreign. Income tax deferred domestic. Income tax current forward. If you notice, these in these years were red. Deferred foreign, always red, no matter what the year is. And that's coming down to EPS basic. They're roughly at, see, 49.59. And then for EPS diluted, roughly the same 48 point difference. That's it. 0.48 difference in that. Okay. So now what you really want to know is who should I invest with? I have $3,000. I can buy roughly two Googles, right? Now, granted, you see this company right here, right? Alphabet. Alphabet is the parent company of Google. See, Larry Page, and I forgot the other guy's name, they split the stock from GOOG and GOOGL. So essentially, Alphabet is the parent company, and under Alphabet, you have these two stocks that are Google. They both are Google. The only difference in the two stocks, ladies and gentlemen, is Larry Page is trying to keep some sort of control for himself, so they can't vote him out of Google, which is very smart. This is a very smart thing. So GOOG, if you look up here at the top in my tab here where I'm pointing at, this right here, you cannot vote on these shares. You have no voting rights. But on the GOOGL, you have voting rights as a shareholder, right? When they always give you, if you ever invest with Robinhood or someone like that, they will give you the links to listen in on the investment calls to see if they're earning or their depreciation in value. And if you own a certain amount of shares, you actually can vote on certain things. You have that power, okay? Thank you, West Coast Mafia. So let's look at GOOGL. Again, this is a Google stock, okay? Now, this is worth $1,522. Again, the EPS is 49.18. Let's look at the similarities here. 49.18. Probably $1 in difference. 1.04 trillion market capital. Let's go here. This should be a little difference for the other one. Let's see. Now, here's the difference. This is the original one. Let's go to all. Let's just go to all. All right, this one tells you that it started in 2014. And we'll go to all here. Okay, so the GOOGL stock is the original stock. My apologies. That's why they created the GOOG, so you can't vote on it. All right. So Google started publicly in 2004, and they came out at $59 a share. What if you would have invested in Google in 2004? How much money would you have now? How much money you would have invested inside of? So through the years, if you notice, 2006, it was worth $230, and they keep growing, they keep growing, they keep growing, they keep growing, they keep growing. So automatically, why do I want to invest in this right here? Because maybe I don't care about voting or what they do with their money. Buy and sell high? Okay. I see you, West Coast Mafia. Here's the thing. I can't read that other one, but I'm pretty sure you mean buy low and sell high. But here's the thing. How do we know the profitability of Google or GOOGL where we can actually vote? Okay. So I'm looking at this. Let me look at their financials really quickly. All right, sales and revenue, $161 billion. This should be similar to the other one. And yep, it is. So nothing different there. Because they just split the stock. They split the stock, so essentially they're the same stock, but with a different volume of stocks, okay? Because you can't vote on the GOOG stock. All right, so before you can read it for yourself, because I love to do research, here it is. The main difference between the GOOG and the GOOGL stock ticker symbols is that GOOG shares have no voting rights, while GOOGL shares do. The company created two classes of shares in April 2014. The reason for the split of the two classes of shares was to preserve the control of the founders, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. You see what they did there? They don't want shareholders to take control of their company, because it has happened time and time again where people will buy up a certain number of shares, right, and have control of your company. They say, you know what, we're going to split it. We're going to make two classes of shares where we always have the majority of Google shares, so we always have power and control with some influence from the investors, okay? Now, we're going to take another step, because Amazon and Google are huge conglomerate companies that acquisition so many other companies. So let's look at the list of mergers and acquisitions, because it's fun. It's fun. You want to see companies that you thought were separate entities that are owned by Amazon and Google. It's going to blow your mind, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to blow your mind. Okay, so without further ado, here we go. Now, here are a list of companies. It don't even matter where they're located. Let's just look at the list of company book pages, Telebook, IMDb. I know you guys go there to look at your trailers. We know what IMDb, right? And I'm doing this off the rip. I'm doing this off the top. That's Internet Movie Database. Yes. Yes. Use as or integrated with. Again, this is a list of acquisition and or mergers, okay? But we know who's making the money off of this. And this is Amazon, by the way. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is good old Amazon. All right. We got IMDb, Jungle League, Plant Doll, Live Big. Any ones that point out to us, we're going to stop. Accept.com, Alexa Internet. Okay, yeah, we know that. eNichi, Convergence, Tool, Crib of the North. Now, some of these are not very popular, but they hold a service or they hold a technology that Amazon needs to input into their total system for them to become profitable, raising their percentage 36% every year. Well, not every year. For like the past couple of years, Amazon has been growing at 36%. All right, Leap Technology. Now, look at these, ladies and gentlemen. Leap Technology. What they do, we would have to do research on Leap Technology, right? You know what? Just for this one, I'm curious. Let's look up Leap Technologies. Let's see what they actually do. This is for curiosity. Your source of automation solutions, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes you'll have to do this because it will just bug you to death if you don't do it. Now, just off the rip, I'm looking at, oh, it's going all over the place. Here we go. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm not going to lose you. I'm not going to lose you. Here we go. Egghead Software, Our House, Joyo.com, a Chinese company, Amazon China. Look at this. Location, Book Surge, Moby Pocket, Custom Fix, Small Parts, Text Pay Me. Look at that. Amazon Payments. You see we're getting that? Look when they received this one back in 2006. Look at the years and look at the location, ladies and gentlemen. Digital Photo Review, UK, Brilliant Audio, back in 07. A lot of these they bought very quickly. Audible, look at this one. They bought Audible from Audible. Audible, an Amazon company, okay? Let's see what else. Snaptail, Zappos. Did anybody know that Zappos was an Amazon company? Did anyone know that Zappos was an Amazon company? So essentially, if you invest in Zappos, you're feeding Amazon. Okay, Buy VIP, Love Film, The Book Depository, Push Button, Yap, Teach Streets, Kiva Systems, Amazon Robotics. It says formerly Kiva Systems. See, Amazon bought this technology. They didn't create it. So Kiva Systems is a Massachusetts-based company that manufactures mobile robotic fulfillment system. It is a subsidiary of company of Amazon.com. Its automated storage and retrieval system were previously used by the companies, including the Gap and Walgreens. Look at that. All right, moving right along. Goodreads, Liquid Vista, Amazon Kindle. So, okay. Twitch Interactive. Did you know that Amazon owned Twitch? I didn't know that. Right? We use Twitch to stream our games on for you gamers out there. Hey, what's going on, Code Red? We use Twitch to live stream our video games. And what is Twitch on? Twitch is on Xbox and Twitch is on PlayStation. I should know because I have a PlayStation. And we've actually posted out Madden games up on Twitch. Okay, you got to understand what these companies, who these companies doing business with, but these are acquisitions, either the whole company or part of the company. And then what Amazon does is they rope them up one of their hierarchies. So let's take, for instance, Twitch, right? Where Twitch was at. Twitch Interactive, right? So they kept it as Twitch Interactive. So people will stay with the company. But a lot of these, if you look at the company over here, like Advantage Payments, that's out of India, but they threw it under Amazon Web Services. This is what they do. Think about software, Whole Foods. We know about Whole Foods. We know that Amazon bought Whole Foods, right? Because when you go in there, you got all those Prime deals. See, this is another great thing. Like, you know, you get your seafood, your lobster. If they're yellow tag, you get that price and plus another 10% off. And if they're blue tags, you get the prime percentage off. So you save money there if you are a Prime member because Amazon bought Whole Foods. Then you have a lot of them, and the list goes on. I mean, it's about to stop. Ring. Who thought that Amazon had Ring? What does Ring fall under? Ring. They kept it under its original name. But it says what? Ring is a home security and smart home company owned by Amazon. We know that when Ring first came out, it was not owned by Amazon. There was independent designers and creators and inventors who made this up. Amazon bought them out. This is what they do, ladies and gentlemen. Bebo. If anybody know what Bebo is, Bebo means drink in Spanish. So that's what it means in here. Said Bebo is a former social networking website launched in 2005 that now describes itself as a company that dreams up ideas for fun social apps. So who knows? Amazon may come out with a fun social app. IGDB, they filled that one under Twitch Interactive. Inlet is under Inlet. All right. Okay. So those were acquisitions. And here are the companies that Amazon has a large stake in. You see that? Stakes. Not the ones you eat, ladies and gentlemen, but the ones that Amazon has a large portion in. Okay? GeoWorks, drugstore.com, homegrocery.com, gear.com, Ashford.com, Nexon.com, pets.com. Look at that. Basic Technology, Greenlight, Ultra International, Dekish.com, Greenlight Financial Technology, Embody, Rivian. Aha! Who knows what Rivian is? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Amazon and Ford gave Rivian, that is an electric car company, $500 million. How do I know this information? Because I look at technology news, I look at investor news, and this is a huge investment. Here it is. Rivian is an American automaker, an automotive technology company founded in 2009. The company develops vehicles, products, and services related to sustainable transportation. The company has facilities in Plymouth, Michigan, Normal, Illinois, and San Jose and Irvine, California in the U.S. Yes, they have a large stake in Rivian because they gave Rivian $500 million. Okay, we're going to stop right there. And we're going to move on to one of my favorite companies, Google. I like Amazon and I love Google. Okay, I love Google. We're not going to read all that stuff. We're going to go right to the nitty gritty of things. Okay. All right. Pirate Labs. That's a blogging site. Neotonic Software, Applied Semantics. And you're going to see some companies in here that you didn't know that Google bought. Remember Picasa? Remember that? Yeah, Google bought them. Yeah, to store your pictures for free. That's what they did. ZipDash. I know you guys know about that. Google Maps is a web mapping service developed by Google. Now, it's another company that they bought in here that you probably didn't know this, okay? Before I see it on here, I'm going to tell you. I don't know if it's on here, but guess what they bought? Google bought Waze. Yes, Waze, the little fun app that shows you where the cameras and the police is. Yes, they bought that as well. Let's see. All right, let's move on. Where to? Another map software, Google Maps. See, all this stuff is inputting to Google Maps. Look over to your last column. Google Maps, Google Earth, Google Maps. Okay? So they're doing everything to make Google Maps better. All right, look at this. Dodgeball. Google Latitude. I'm pretty sure that falls into Google Earth and Google Maps. Android. See, Google bought Android. Android wasn't a subsidiary under Google. They bought them. What did they say, $50 million? Mobile operating system, Android, because they bought them. All right, AllPay, Brunette, MeasureMap, Upstarter, Last Software, Orion, Google Search, Australia, Two Web Technologies, YouTube. Did anyone know that Google owned YouTube? The very thing that we're using right now, that Google owned YouTube. I knew that. Let's look at this list right here. It says price. Look how much they bought YouTube for. So if this is 650 million, we know that is $1.6 billion. A lot of money. JotSpot, Endoxin, Adscape, Trendalizer, what are all these? AdSense, okay? YouTube, whatever this is, social networking service, that feeds into YouTube. Tonic System, DoubleClick, Green Border, Feed Bumper, Panorama, Peak Streams, Grand Central, Image America, what else? Recapture. See, you know when you go on these websites and they always want you to use Recapture? Google owns Recapture. So thank Google for clicking that little box every single time. Or typing in those letters that says Recapture. Oh, can you see 3 crosswalks? Do you see 6 cars? Thank Google for that, because they bought Recapture. AdMob, Gizmo 5, Advark, Remail. What else do we have? Lab Pixies, Pump Top, Ruby, MetaWeb. Some of these I can't even name, ladies and gentlemen. There's so many let's that they have acquired. So let's do the very popular companies, okay? Ebook technology, because ebook feeds into Google Books. Look at Google TV with Wideband Technologies. They use the technology of DRM. Push Live. Let's see, what else do we have? Talkman, Motorola Mobility. Look at that. Motorola Mobility. That feeds into Android, Google TV, Android TV, patent portfolio. Look how much they spent for it. Woo, Google. Woo, woo. Aperture, Rights Flow, Clever Sense, Milk. What's some other popular ones in here? Waze. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Look, what did I tell you? Waze, GPS. Oops, I clicked that. I sure did. Pardon me. Waze, GPS navigation software out of Israel, and Google bought them. Right? Waze is a GPS navigation software app owned by Google, It works on smartphones and tablets, computers. They have GPS support. It provides turn-by-turn navigation, information, user-submitted travel times, and route details while downloading location dependent. So again, I told you they bought Waze. A lot of people didn't even know if they bought Waze because they letting a lot of companies keep their name, so you just don't see Google everywhere. Google, 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 everywhere. Bump. What is Bump? Mobile software, Google Photos. You won't see these companies because a lot of these companies that they acquired. Hey, what's going on, Wade Peterson? Nice to see you, man. A lot of these companies, they actually use their technology. They don't use the company, but for Waze, they kept them original so people can continue to use Waze, but Google's still getting paid, baby. They still getting paid. And that company is out of Israel, okay? FlexCore out of France. Shaft out of Japan. Robotics, humanoid robotics. Humanoid robotics. Uh-oh, Google making androids. A lot of this information can tell you what a company is up to, okay? We cannot be bamboozled. Pitch Spin, timely app for Android out of Switzerland. That has to do with some sort of, a lot of these apparatuses and devices and these smart devices that you guys have are now, like my Google Home, it's called the Google Nest Home. Why? Because Google bought Nest. Nest was not a Google company, ladies and gentlemen. Google bought Nest Labs. Okay? Google Nest is a brand of Google used to make smart home products, including smart speakers, smart displays, streaming devices, thermostats, smoke detectors, routers, and security systems. I love Google. I love Google products. I even have a Google Pixel 4. It's not the best phone for the money I paid, but I'm hoping this next Google 5, Pixel 5, it better top the charts because I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to Samsung. I just don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. Monkey King, Money King. Okay, I choose Google because they're well diversified. All right, good argument. Tight Aerospace. What else do we got here? Skybox Imaging, Dropcam. What's this? Purifier, Director. Look, I'm just gonna scroll through here, guys. I'm looking for something that pops out. Pi, that's dealing with spaces. I don't know. We're going through. Redux. All right, Fitbit. Look at that. Fitbit. Google, it says pending. Google is about to buy a Fitbit. You know why? Because me as a consumer for Google, I love Google products. And guess what? I'm waiting for their Google Buds to come out, their wireless Google Buds. And of course, I want a Google smartwatch. So Google like, you know what? Let's not start this thing from scratch. Let's go out and buy a good company for, look, what is that, 2 trillion? Am I right? 2 trillion, 2 trillion. I'm crazy. I'm sorry. 2 billion, $2.1 billion. I said trillion. My bad, guys. Math is off. Like this Pointy, local retail inventory feeds from Ireland. It says, blah, 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 the country. Okay, we already know about Ireland. But they're buying that for $163 million. So, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, Google is doing big things and Amazon is doing big things. So, you want to know what company that you should invest in. Now, I'm going to read some of your notes. Money King says, I'm going to read it again. If I had to choose between Amazon and Google, I choose Google because they're well diversified. Now, Money King, I don't know if you looked at my portion about Amazon. Amazon is well diversified too. And the only thing that's very difficult for a lot of people is because they're both are conglomerates of other companies. And Amazon, and I always want you to guys to think about this. Amazon started as a tech company that sold books. This is coming from Jeff Bezos, CEO and founder himself. He said that I'm not a book company. I'm a tech company that so happily sells books. I'm not a book company that deals in tech. So that's what we need to understand. And once they get to a certain level, they acquire other companies to soak up their technology. It's kind of like, remember that show Heroes? And Siler was that one of the heroes if he killed you and opened up your brain or ate your brain or something like that. No, no, no. He was a watchmaker. If he opened up your brain and see how you got your power, he would assume your power. Remember that? That's kind of like these companies. They're like, we're just going to acquire that company. We're going to acquire Fitbit because we want our consumers want us to make a wearable. They already have the facilities. They already have the technicians and engineers. We're just going to put the little Google spin on there. We're going to put our designers with their engineers to make it Googleized. Okay, I just made it up, Googleized. All right, Wayne Peterson says, where do you think the stock price of Fitbit will go once Google buys it? You know, I don't like doing predictions. I really don't. What I do believe is that it will go up and then it will start to level off. Now, let me look up Fitbit stock price. A lot of times when companies are being acquired by other companies, their stock price, you know, actually does pretty well. So let's look at it. Oh, wow. Let's see here. You guys want to look at what I'm looking at? Why not? Why not? All right. This is Fitbit. And right now it's at $6.42. And this is for the last year. Okay, it was $3. They jumped up in 2019. This is probably when Google was interested in buying Fitbit, why their price jumped up from all the way down here to $3 and hiked all the way up in less than a month to $7. Now, a lot of you are like, that's not a lot of money. Now, if you would have bought Fitbit around $3 and you would have put $300, if you would put $300 in Fitbit, look at here, ladies and gentlemen, you would have more than doubled your money. Can't get it. You would have more than doubled your money. Look at that. $1 over 50%. You would have more than doubled your money. And now it's teetering, is leveling off because they're about to get sold and acquired. So if we look at the information here, you know me, ladies and gentlemen, I want to come down here to the 52 high and low. These numbers over here. Of course, I can't do it. They started off in 52 weeks at a low of $2.81, and their high was $7.26. So, to your question, is what do I believe, if the price is going to rise or going to fall? I really think it's going to raise a little bit and then it's going to fall. When I mean raise a little bit, I'm thinking it may go to $8, $9, no more than that. Then I think it's going to teeter off. But we're talking about big money stocks, Amazon and Google. So, you know, with that, and then my phone, because I said the keyword and stop the music, but of course. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully I gave you some information that will help you. Whether it's a big money stock or a stock that's in your budget. Okay, I like to do these comparisons of stocks because a lot of people didn't know that all the companies that Amazon has acquired and have stakes in, and the reason why they are they're probably the largest corporation right now, okay, or one of the largest corporations, and employing over 600,000 people. And look at all the companies that they have acquired or they have a large stake in, ladies and gentlemen. And look at Google. Look at Google. They have, again, let's stop my music because I said the word. I'm just going to say Goog. Goog. Okay, it's not going to do it. Hey, what's going on, Miss Curly Girl? Thank you for joining in. So what is the best buy here? Let's go back to my screen. We're gonna wrap this all up. We're coming on close to about 45 minutes. So let's see. When it comes to Google, should you buy GOOG, that regular Goog? Now, again, the difference between, we're going to do a recap here, ladies and gentlemen. The difference between GOOG, Google stock, and GOOGL Google stock is the company created two classes of shares in April 2014. The reason for the split, okay, the reason for the split between the two classes of shares was ways to preserve the control of founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin. This is what you call, when people say, what's your worth to a company? How do you ensure that you keep your job? Well, you split the company and make sure that you always have 51%. So you always have power and control. So out of the two, let's choose one of these so we can narrow it down. GOOG and GOOGL. Now, GOOG is the newest one, right? Because we did the 5 years, or we did all. We understand this one started in 2014 when they split the company. But it's still worth $1,523 and it rose 3.3%. Then over here, this one rose 5.30%. And this is a dollar difference. See, 1523, 1522. Now, do I want voting rights? Ask yourself that question. Are you going to buy enough Google stock where you're going to need voting rights? Or are you going to let Larry Page and Sergey Brin have total control of this particular stock and how it performs? Truthfully, with this, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to buy enough Google stocks to actually vote and become like a true investor of the company where you own a certain percentage and you're on the board to vote of what Google is going to do next when it comes to inventions and innovation or acquisitions of other companies, then buy this one. Then buy GOOGL. If not, if you just want to go back and gain some money, get some appreciation value, get some unearned income on your investments, then from that point, I would just flip a coin. You think I was going to say this one, right? No, I was going to flip a coin because they're kind of tracking the GOOG stock is tracking the GOOGL stock. They're kind of like, it's almost like its own index because Larry Page and Sergey Brin, they're just mimicking what the GOOGL stock is doing. So that stock is profitable as well. It's literally matching it every bit of the way. Remember, we went into the financials. You see this one right here where it says financials, where my cursor is? They were exactly the same. That's because they're mirroring what they're doing with that particular company. So if you don't care about voting, I'm not going to buy enough shares to vote. How many shares I got to buy? 10,000. No, I ain't buying no goddamn 10,000 stocks of 15. I don't got that type of money. So again, I'm just throwing out an arbitrary number, guys, but it's probably even more than that. If you really want to get into it, we're talking about, Warren Buffett money, Bill Gates money. So I would just flip a coin. So, look at the trends, but basically they're the same. They're the same, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's knock out one of these. We'll knock out GOOG because you can't vote. So we'll stick with the GOOGL. Let's go to Amazon. Good old Amazon. Some of you guys already bought some on Amazon today, didn't y'all? Raise your hand if you bought some on Amazon. Because Money King says he would rather invest in Google than Amazon because they're well diversified. Well, Money King, let me ask you something. What can't you buy off of Amazon except a real person? I remember one time, was that on eBay? I think it was maybe it was on eBay. I was looking up a sauna. I'm gonna show you something about Amazon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to Amazon. And I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. I know you guys have been to Amazon before. But let's go. I'm gonna type in sauna. Can you buy a sauna off of Amazon? Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Money King, diversified. What can I buy off of Amazon? They're telling me for $1,100, I can buy me a sauna. And here's another thing. Is this gonna come in boxes or is it gonna come pre-made? They're telling me for $3,000 that I can buy me a sauna, an outdoor wet dry barrel sauna. Look at this. For $1,000, a 1 to 2 person sauna. It don't even come prime either, right? Can I get it in 2 days? I'm trying to sweat this out. I had too much to drink. I'm trying to sweat this out, Amazon. But listen, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Computer, you have your electronic screen here, and you can buy a sauna off of Amazon. What can't you buy off of Amazon? Whole Foods. Oh, you know what? Maybe you want to just order some food right to your doorstep with Amazon. Look at this. Add it to my cart. Okay, again, I'm not trying to advertise Amazon, but when Money King said that Google is well diversified, so is Amazon. Because at the end of the day, you can order anything, and it either comes the same day, the next day, or 2 days. Okay? That is what they do. That is what they do. So right now, Amazon is worth $21.60. And right here, do you invest in Amazon or do you invest in Google? First question is, how much money do you have? I would invest in both of them. I think Amazon is going to 3,000, and I believe that definitely Google is going to 2,000. So either way, you're going to make money. Again, I told you I bought Google at $500. So you already know that I made $1,000 off of Google, right? You already know that, right? I already made $1,000 off of Google. So again, a lot of you are worried about the price of a stock, but you have this money in your savings. You have this money in your savings, and you're tripping. Okay, you're tripping, and you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be tripping off this money, because the money that you have in your savings account, if you already have that next egg for your emergency fund, but you have like, oh, hey Ross, I got 20,000 in savings. I'm like this, okay, I don't, because my money's are investments. My money are investment because I want my money to make money. Y'all remember my slogan, one of my slogans, my money makes money. I wear my shirts to the gym, and people are like, oh man, thank you. Where you get that shirt from? I tell them, because I say, you know what? None of my subscribers bought none of my t-shirts. Talking about, can you hook a brother up? You know what? I was looking at Dr. Boyce Watkins the other day, and he made a really good point. And I'm a little bit off topic. He said that black people always want discounts from black people. But when they go to these white stores and they buy shoes and shirts and gadgets and all of that, you guys never ask for a discount. You're like, this is the price, ma'am. There's no discount. This is the price, sir. This is no discount. And you buy it. But soon as an African American is starting a business up, we come there like, hey, you got a discount? Oh man, that's expensive. But then I'm looking at you. You got on Gucci, you got on Jordans, you got on herringbones, you got on Marc Jacobs this. I'm just like, but you want a black man to give you a discount, but you're not asking that from the white man. And it kind of just tells me, how do we value our own people? How do we value our own people? Right? And this is not about me selling t-shirts. I mean, I would love for you to buy them, but I'm just getting at the total picture what Dr. Boyce Watkins was talking about. It just made me think when a guy asked me, when I was showing my shirts, he asked me for a discount. I'm just like, it's a $24 shirt. $24. And if a $24 shirt is going to break you, then you don't even have any money to invest. I mean, really. So it made me think about those things, guys. Listen, when you see black entrepreneurs and you like what they have to offer, you like what they have to sell, support them. You know that green shirt that got financially woke on it? That's one of Dr. Boyce Watkins' shirts. I like what he has to offer to the black community to help us. Not some of the news, that's his twist on news, but I love the financial information he gives, and I love the way his brain works, okay? And so in that, I will support my other black entrepreneurs, because if we don't support them, who will, right? Because we will complain about, oh, there's not that many black this and not that many black that. That is because we're trying to undercut them with price. That's why we don't see a lot of black businesses, ladies and gentlemen, because we're always wanting a discount. Sometimes when you pay the full price and we make that company big, guess what happens? Then they can start offering discounts. All right, I'm gonna read some of your notes. Miss Curly Girl says, Amazon is life. My Prime membership is worth it. Mine's is too. See, that's at Wayne Peters. My money makes money. Jim Big Buy says, truth. Wayne Peters says, I spend money with my people. That's what I'm talking about, Wayne. D General, welcome to the chat. If you can't afford buying shares in a big company, are ETF just as good, or should you wait until you can buy shares outright? No. Oh no. Oh no. ETFs. ETFs and index funds. Okay. ETFs and index funds are the way to go. Don't worry if you don't have the amount of money to buy Amazon, Google, Apple, Tesla, Alibaba, a lot of large corporations. Don't worry about it. Go out and buy your ETFs and index funds. They're going to make you money. Okay. And dollar cost average. So dollar cost averaging is basically saying I'm a lot to stash. I'm a lot to Robinhood, $200 a month. And I'm going to buy these particular shares and I'm going to accumulate them. When I get to 50 shares, I'm going to move on to another share, because we know that the share price teeter and totters each and every day. So when you're doing your monthly allotments, you may buy it at a higher price, you may buy it at a lower price, but you continue to buy. It's kind of like paying your mortgage or your rent or your car note or your insurance. You pay it every month, because if not, you're not going to have that particular house or apartment or condo or car. So you pay those things. Exactly with your investments. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. And paying yourself first is taking a portion of your money before you see it, before you touch it, before you look at it, because you know you're going to spend it. Invest your money. Have an allotment to your investment account. It can be Stash. It can be Robinhood. Links are in the description with Stash and Robinhood. Or it can be Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Merrill Lynch, Edward Jones, E-Trade, whatever the case may be. You have all these investment platforms that you can actually use for your benefit, and you can use dollar cost averaging that amount of money every month, buying a certain number of a particular share or shares, depending. But the way you make good money is not buying onesies and twosies and onesies and twosies and onesies and twosies. No, you take a share and you say, you know what? I want 25 or I want 50 or I want 100. And you keep buying that stock, keep buying that stock, keep buying that stock until you get to your goal number of shares. You got 50 shares in Tesla. Then you're going to concentrate on Apple. I'm going to keep buying Apple, keep buying Apple, keep buying Apple. I got 50 shares of Apple. Then I'm going to move on. And granted, ladies and gentlemen, to build a really healthy portfolio, it takes years, not months. Don't think you don't have to do it that fast, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't take that long. You can do it. You can do it. Man, I tell you, if you guys get consistent with your investment, and you look back 20 years from now when you're in your late 50s, early 60s, and you'll be sitting up in the chair like, you know what? I made some really good decisions with my money. You're like, what you need to do, you need to invest. And let me tell you, I done invested in some good company. I done made some great money over the years. So that's what you need to do, ladies and gentlemen, because me giving you the example of Amazon and Google, which one you should buy, again, this is just another way of me showing you and teaching you how to just do a brief overview of profitable companies that I can see that they still will grow. Look at all the companies that they are acquiring and all the technologies that they have, and they're continue to make products. If you would ask me, based on the two companies right now, it's a hard choice. It's a very hard choice because Amazon is continuing to come up with smart devices. Google bought Nest, Google bought Ring, Google bought Waze. They're still coming up with all these new technologies, ladies and gentlemen. Both of these companies will continue to grow. It just depends, $1,500 or $2,000, $1,500 or $2,000. But guess what? They're still going to make you some money. That's right. They're still going to make you some money. And again, I bought Google at $500. I wish I would have bought. Did you know Amazon came out in 1997 and they were like $1.60? Some of you were 18 back in 97. And think about 98, 99, 2000, they were still under $100. What if you just were like, you know what? Amazon, they ship stuff to you. This is going to go somewhere. Online shipping. We never really thought about it. We never think about the logistics behind Amazon. You ever thought about that? Do you know how hard it is when you wake up that morning and you order something and it comes that night? Do you know how hard that is? Do you know that the warehouse have to have it? Then somebody got to go get it. Then they have to pack it. Then they have to put it on another truck to take it to another truck because they come on 18-wheelers, right? To distribute into a smaller truck that go into neighborhoods. In a day, with millions of customers globally, right? They have Prime Now, 30 minutes. I can get it in 30 minutes. Yes, sir, you can get it in 30 minutes. Or Whole Foods Prime. They will send you your food for free for 2 hours or $5 in 1 hour. Like, I'm gonna go grocery shopping right online. Do. Think about that. Or you order something like, you know what, I really need a USB hub. Oh, I can have it tomorrow. I don't even have to go nowhere. Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Some people say, oh, people who use Amazon, people who use online service are lazy. No, maybe you just don't want to be bothered. Maybe you want your time back. Maybe you just like ordering stuff. I don't know. You get what I'm getting at. It saves you a lot of time. You don't even have to worry about going out and getting it anymore. Think about that. I just looked up a sauna on Amazon. A sauna. A sauna gonna come right to your house or right to your apartment. I'm being stupid, right? Think about it. If I order a sauna and I put it in my apartment, right? And the people coming here to like, sir, are you moving out? I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep the sauna here. And somebody got a sauna in their apartment. I'm done. I'm done, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done laughing at myself. But when it comes to Google and Amazon, it really is a hard choice. Both of them are really good companies that has a lot of services. Google is still innovating. They're still making things. They're just coming out with the Google Buds wireless too, and they're gonna come out with a Google Watch as soon as they acquire Fitbit. They both have a ton of things going on in the background that we just don't know about. We always see as a consumer, you always know about the end product. You don't know what they're doing behind the lines. But let me tell you, I read a lot of stock news. I read a lot of tech news. Google and Amazon are doing great things. Okay, they're doing great things. And stuff like Waze. You didn't even know that Google owned Waze. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, it just depends on how much you want to spend. Google will go to $2,000. Amazon will go to $3,000. It's just a matter of time. They will. Now, if a recession or depression hits, of course, these stocks will drop, but in the next 5-10 years, they'll be right back up again. That is the way it works, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't say your notes. I'm sorry. Let's say it's Kevin Samuels had a live about the same topic. Black folks ask for discounts from their own. Yep. Yes, I get that with my t-shirt company. Frustrating. Okay. DJ Cool says, sir, can you talk about how to invest on Acorn or Stash? DJ Cool, unfortunately, I'll make that my next video. I'm kind of close to an hour. I don't like to really go over that because, it's just a bunch of chattering after that point. Wayne Peterson, are there any black-owned companies on the stock market that you can recommend? I'll do that. I will do that as well. Share this live. Okay, thank you. And Whole Foods my go-to. All right, Dread Mike says pick Amazon and Google is a hard one. It is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this live session. And I am writing notes about black-owned companies on the stock market and Acorn and Stash. Well, I can tell you right now, I don't like Acorns anymore, so I'm just gonna I do Stash. I'm biased, so don't beat me up. I'll show you how to invest on Stash, and I'm writing down black-owned companies on the stock market. Okay. That is my time for today, ladies and gentlemen. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. And you know what? If you got a bunch of saving cash, a lot of cash in the bank, look in the link in the description of this video and go buy some of my t-shirts. They're really nice t-shirts too. I'm out.